Hi guys, welcome back to the Diamonds, Dreams, Determination podcast. I have a very, very special guest with us today, Emily Stevens. Here's just a little background of Emily Stevens. Is a specialist for the St. Louis Cardinals. With Cardinals Insiders, if you watch it, we know that she will tell you the answer to the quiz that Ozzie Smith does. I have to look at my notes.
Oh, you're fine.
So
You're doing great.
thank you. She's based in St. Louis and she serves as a reporter for and a producer creating educating video content for the team platforms. She has been producing stories for the Cardinals organization since 2017, focusing on the video news featuring that air on the Cardinals Insider television show, the team website, and social media channels. Emily first joined the Cardinals in 2016 as a member of Team Redbird. She hosted live ballpark TV segments broadcast on the Scoreboard Facebook and in Ballpark Village. Before her time with the Cardinals, she worked for the St. Louis Blues and graduated from Linwood University with a degree in broadcasting communications. Emily is passionate about sports, broadcasting, and community storytelling, partly highlighting the connections between the Cardinals and their development fans in the Midwest.
You got it.
Okay, so I have some questions for you.
Okay.
So these are weird questions.
Okay.
So if you were a baseball player, what position would you play?
Ooh, I think about this question a lot because I think my answer changes sometimes. I mean, I want to say I would be a pitcher just because I think that would be a lot of fun. But then I realize, okay, I don't know. I sometimes get anxious sometimes, and I think that can be a lot of pressure, especially being a starting pitcher. So maybe find me more in the bullpen area for going pitching route. But I don't know. The other half of me wants to be a catcher just because Yadier Molina was my favorite player, and I think being a catcher would also be a lot of fun. Possibly, this is hard. See, I'm going to change my mind 20 times. I'm going to go with pitcher. Let's
Okay.
go with let's go with a starting pitcher. Let's
Okay.
just go for it. Pressure's
Okay.
on. I'm not
Okay.
scared.
Okay. And if you were a player, what would your walk-up song be?
Ooh, I've been thinking about this question a lot too. And I know a lot of the guys these days change their walk-up song quite
Yes, it is.
frequently. And
Yeah.
I like that. I know that some of our old favorites like Matt Carpenter, Adam Wainwright, they've always had their classic walk-up song. I think I would have to go with something more on the poppy side. I could go for a little Jonas Brothers. I could go for a little Justin Bieber, maybe a boy band, maybe some NSYNC. I'm a 90s kid. I was born in 1994, so I would have to say something from that era.
Okay. What was your connection to baseball?
My connection to baseball was I did play baseball. I played softball too growing up. Sports was kind of always my thing. I think I tried pretty much every sport there is just to kind of find the right fit for me. I ended up choosing field hockey. That was my favorite sport, and I ended up playing in college. But as far as just finding this specific job with the Cardinals, I worked part time for the Cardinals and the Blues when I was in college because I figured out during my time there that I wanted to work in professional sports. I was currently working for the school's TV station covering college sports, but I realized I wanted to work for a specific team once I graduated. So part time Blues, part time Cardinals, and the Cardinals ended up offering me a full time job. And that's how I'm here today. And as you know, the part time job with the Cardinals was Team Redbird,
Yeah.
which I know you have been a part of.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I feel like we both have a connection on that front. And Team Redbird was just such a great job for me. It was
Yeah.
my favorite job I've ever had. It opened so many doors. It obviously helped me get to where I am today. And I think about those times quite frequently. I wish I want to get up there on that dugout or over there in the diamond and shoot t-shirts and see the fans. And it was just such a fun
Yeah.
part-time job, as you know.
Yeah. What is your favorite part of your job?
My favorite part of my job is probably storytelling. As a producer and a reporter, I have to come up with my own ideas on what I think fans would want to hear. And I think a really cool part about Cardinals Insider is we give that behind the scenes feel to fans about what's going on with the team, what's going on with the players during the season. And I think that's the kind of content that a lot of people want to see. So I would say my favorite part is definitely telling stories, definitely getting to see the Budweiser Clydesdales every opening day. That has to be another fun part of my job.
Every time it's opening day, she'll start crying
Oh
because
my gosh, same.
she loves the Clydesdales. I don't get it.
I I get it. I'm right there with your mom. I love the Clydesdales. I love animals. I mean, the Clydesdales are just so cute. They're gentle giants. Tell her I get to go. I usually do a story on the Clydesdales once a year or once every 2 years, just as kind of a first episode, fun filled story that we put in. So I've been out to Grant's Farm, I've been to the brewery, and then I've actually been out to Boonville, Missouri, which is right past Columbia. It's like an hour and a half away from downtown. And that's where they breed the Budweiser Clydesdales. So there is like 160 horses there. It's crazy. And the baby horses are there. And I feel like I know way too much about Clydesdales than the average person. I'll tell you one fun fact. They weigh 150 pounds at birth, right as they're born. These horses are 150 pounds. And then they grow up and then they're 2,000 pounds. And then when you see them on the warning track on opening day, they're wearing all these expensive gold bridles and they're so beautiful, but those weigh 1,000 pounds. So these horses are very heavy as they are galloping around the track. So that's a lot of weight. And not to mention the hitch that they pull too. That's carrying a lot of weight too. So when you see that on opening day, just think about how many moving parts are happening at once. And I'm right there with your mom. I'm crying too.
My mom said we are going to Bensville at Christmas time.
Yeah, they have a great Christmas event that they do. Tell her I might be there too because I took my mom there a couple of years ago because they have lights and stuff like that set up for Christmas and it's really cute.
Uh, how has your connection to baseball helped you with your goals?
With my goals, like my personal goals or my professional goals or both,
It could
probably.
be either.
Okay. I feel like this job has been everything that I've ever wanted it to be. I talked about my time in college and I was first studying exercise science. So I wanted to be either a personal trainer or a physical therapist. And that's what I thought I wanted to do. And I think that was the only reason, or I think the only reason why I thought I wanted to do that was because they kind of told all the athletes, pick something that you're interested in. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm interested in sports because, I'm playing field hockey and a personal trainer or a physical therapist would help me do that. But it wasn't until I, worked part time actually in sports that I realized this is what I want to do. So I changed my major completely. Sophomore year of college, I changed it to communications, and I'm so happy I did. And I'm so happy I found Team Fredbird. It opened so many doors for me here at the Cardinals. I began with them, I want to say in 2015 was my first year. I was on there for 3 seasons and it was just perfect for what I was wanting to do with my career. I was obviously still in college at the time, but it gave me the opportunity to interview fans, interview players, be a part of a sports team without having a full time job yet. And I feel like definitely my goals. I mean, I still have more goals. I'm not done yet. I feel like my job has evolved over the years. I started with the Cardinals when they launched their TV show, Cardinals Insider. I was a reporter, videographer, and an editor. And then later I went on to be a co producer of the show. And now I'm the lead producer of the show. So I get to do exactly what I like to do, which is storytell and come up with those ideas that I think fans will resonate with. And I like to speak on behalf of the Cardinals because, they are a brand and they need a voice. And I think our show does a good job at showcasing that.
Yeah, I I agree. Like team, I didn't think Team Prepper would make me want to be part of Team Prepper. I told Reagan.
Mm-hmm.
So I here's a little story. So basically, I messaged. So I started with Anna Brace. Then it started. Then it progressed
Mm-hmm.
into Reagan, and I told Reagan I want to be part of Team Prepper, and then she said I'll put in a good word for you.
Yeah.
I didn't know what she was going to do with it at all
Yeah. Yeah.
until we were at lunch, and my mom saw a text from Reagan. It said, "The Cardinals would like to invite you to be part of Team Prepper on July 10th." So it was really cool.
That is cool. And that's what it takes to find a job. I mean, the best way to find a job is to network with people and put yourself out there and
Yeah,
talk to as many people as you can because you never know what's going to be the outcome. And you know it yourself. Like that's exactly what you did. And that's how you got that invite. And
yeah,
I think too, with, jobs specifically in sports, like they're super competitive. A lot of people want to do it because it's so much fun. And I think putting yourself out there, networking is the way to do it.
yeah,
And you obviously made a lasting impression. I know you did. We put you in a Cardinals Insider
yeah.
too.
I
And
yeah.
yeah.
So my friend that works for the Cardinals, John,
Hmm.
he he was doing a like tour of the stadium, and on the
Yeah.
screen he saw me, and then
Oh,
he automatically texted my dad, I think, and he was like, "Izzi's on Cardinals Insiders." So then my dad, and then my mom saw the text, and then we like automatically. So I've been looking. I knew I was gonna be on Cardinals Insiders. I
yeah.
didn't know what episode
Oh, okay. Yeah.
until that text, and
Hmm.
then what got me really excited is that Alexa dad says she likes me.
That's so awesome. I know
So
Alexa very well. And I know John. Shout out to John. He's my favorite tour guide at the St. Louis Cardinals. He's so great. He
yes,
makes every tour so much fun.
yeah,
He really knows his stuff
yeah,
too. He's
he
very good at what he does.
yeah he tested. So we went to a tour, and he like tested the kids to see if they know their Cardinal stuff.
Uh-huh.
I think I failed, but it's fine. So,
It's okay.
do you have any advice for girls that want to do what you do?
Well, I think, like I said earlier, I think networking is the best way to go about it. I think putting yourself out there, I think talking to as many people as you can is definitely the best way. I also always like to advise women too to not be afraid of, busting through some of these male dominated industries because sports, there are a lot of men here, but I think it's really important that us girls, let them know that sports is for everybody, no matter who you are. And I think as long as you put yourself out there and be your most genuine self, I think it'll pay off in the end. And that's the best way to, break these barriers and get through and get these jobs like this because they're very competitive. They're hard to get and they're really rewarding though once you get them. They're so much fun.
What is your favorite part of your job? And can it can be one answer. Like it doesn't have to be one.
Okay. I definitely think my favorite part would be obviously working with Ozzie Smith. That's pretty darn cool if you ask me. I know both you and I were too young when he actually played baseball, but from all of the highlights that I've seen over the years and all the videos that I've edited of him, I mean, he really was the greatest shortstop of all time. And he's just the nicest guy of all time. And the fact that I get to work with him every other week is pretty cool. Pretty much a dream come true.
Yeah.
So I'd say working with Ozzy is one of my favorite parts. Obviously, storytelling, the events I get to go to. I travel with the team. I've gone to Europe with the team. I've had a lot of opportunities from this job, and it's hard to put into words which one's my exact favorite because I feel like I have so many.
Yeah.
And I could talk for hours and hours and hours about it because it's so much fun.
What is your dream job? So the job that you have now, what would
Mhm.
like what would it be? Like what would you want to do if you weren't the producer?
Oh gosh, probably a Clydesdale handler. I mean, I love horses. No, but I've actually thought about this. I would love to start my own nonprofit for therapy animals, specifically dogs. I have a bit, yes, I have an obsession with corgis. If you've ever seen those type of dogs, they are Pembroke Welsh Corgis is the full name of what type of dog they are. And I have one. They were owned by the Queen of England. So she made them famous because she had 13 at once, and they are just the cutest little dogs ever. So, anyway, I'm backtracking. But I would like to start my own nonprofit called Corgi Hut, where I bring corgis to hospitals, nursing homes, you name it, and provide therapy for kids, adults, anybody who wants to pet a fluffy corgi, basically.
Okay.
That's what I'd like to do.
Okay. If you had to pick a different job that you do not have, what would it be?
Ooh, something to do with animals. I mean, I could definitely see myself working at the St. Louis Zoo, maybe as a zookeeper. If I were to do video for another company, maybe like somewhere like Purina, just to keep on that animal road, I would say something to do with animals. But I think I would still want to work in the media. I really love video. I really love videography and I really love editing. Thought about possibly going into wedding photography. I know a lot of people go into that, but I don't know if I could deal with all those bridezillas here and there. So I think animals would be my dream job. My dream trip, by the way, if I could go on any trip in the world, I would go on an African safari because then I get to see all of the animals and then I would get to take photos of them too. So that would probably be my dream trip. Dream job. Let's go with the zoo.
Like, what is it like being part of Cardinals Insiders?
It's so much fun. I love it. I mean, I've been with this show from the beginning. I've got to see it really blossom into what it is today. When the Cardinals first launched the show, it was two people working on it. It was two people, then it was four people, and that's when I got brought on to the team. And now we have 10 people, and now we have a department of 20 people that work on the show. So it's really cool to see how the show's evolved and see how much Cardinals fans like it.
Yeah, I love the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if this is part of Cardinals Insiders, but the makeup with Victor
Yeah.
Scott.
Oh, yeah, we put
Yeah,
that in there. Yeah.
yeah, and I watched it last night, and
Okay.
I saw the part that you're in, and I about screamed.
No, I do remember that episode. Victor Scott is great. He's
Yeah,
very animated.
yeah,
He loves the camera and the camera loves him back.
yeah. We met him in Springfield.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. He's so nice.
Who is your favorite player?
My favorite player is probably Yadier Molina, Adam Wainwright, Albert Pujols. I loved those guys. I loved working with them. I would have to say probably Yadi, though. I got the opportunity to go to Puerto Rico in 2019. I got to visit the house that he grew up in. I got to meet his whole family, and we were able to shoot a documentary about him and his three brothers in their hometown. And that was such a very cool experience. It's really loud. I'm gonna walk away. They're starting their pregame show because there's a game tonight. So I'm gonna go over here.
Oh yeah, they're in St. Louis right now.
They are. I know. They're back. There's a lot of baseball to be had still.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say Yadier Molina. He's the GOAT. What can I say?
Okay. And Emily Stevens, thank you so much for being on this podcast.
Thank you, Izzy. Thank you so much for letting me be part of my first podcast experience with you.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for my bracelet. I love it. I wish I could have met you that day, but I can't wait to see you
Oh,
next
yeah.
time.
I made you a bracelet.
You did. You made me a bracelet. John delivered it to me. It was
For
so
your
sweet. It was
wedding.
such a surprise.
Yeah.
Yes, that was so sweet of you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I can't wait to see you next time you're at Busch Stadium.
So we're in St. Louis for 3 days.
Okay.
The 15th, the
Okay.
16th, and
Okay.
the 17th.
Okay.
And my birthday's on the 16th.
Oh my gosh. Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
You're
So,
welcome.
if you
You,
if you ever
yeah.
want to meet face to face, we can.
Yeah. No, when you just let me know when you guys are here and what section, and I'll come say hello.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Izzy. This is so much fun. Thanks for having me on your podcast.
You're welcome.